Welcome back. We have another book tag. So I am stuck with no internet. I'm getting it back a day earlier than expected though. So I'm stuck with no internet, which means I'm just filming things. And there were two book tags I wanted to film. I filmed one. Let's film the other one. And this one should be fun. This is the BookTok tag by Steve Donahue, the great and wonderful Steve Donahue of BookTube fame. So let's jump into these really random questions. Let us do this. So the first question is, books can be an incredibly meaningful part of your life. What are you wearing today? It's so silly. I'm actually wearing human clothes. So I have a turtleneck from Marshalls, I think. Under that, I have a Figs special edition under scrub that says F Cancer on the back. I have my Talbot's jeans, some fun socks from Unplugged, and my boots. I'm wearing boots in the house, mostly because I just haven't taken them off yet. And then on my lap, because it's chilly, because it's super windy, is this poncho, this reading poncho that came in my Unplugged box, which I don't know when I'm doing that unboxing, or when I'm posting it. I did the unboxing, but it's cute and I love it. So that's what I'm wearing. Number 2, reading exposes you to different worldviews. What's your hair and skincare routine? So I I don't do anything special for anything. Uh, I get my hair professionally cut maybe once a year. Otherwise, I cut it myself. I usually dye it myself as well, but I haven't picked a fun color in a while. If you've been here for a long time, you know that I've had many hair colors, and this is me au naturel. I have not decided where I'm going to go next. Skin routine, I mostly just wash my face and I use whatever random cleanser is not too expensive. I used to use this really fancy LHA SkinCeuticals face wash, and it's my favorite, but it's like an $80 face wash. And have you seen the economy? We are not buying $80 face washes. So I just use whatever I can find at the Ocean State job lot for like under $6. And then sometimes I moisturize. I usually try to use stuff with hyaluronic acid in it because that's ACEs. That's what I do. Sometimes I when you facial massage yourself, I do that sometimes. Mostly I don't do anything. I don't wear a lot of makeup. I'll wear them for videos. I wear them when I go out, but like since I've stopped really wearing makeup daily, that has changed my skin tremendously because I'm not just packing a bunch of crap on my face for hours at a time. But yeah, I don't even wear sunscreen all that often, which I can hear Jess Owens audibly gasping, but I don't. I don't wear a lot of sunscreen. I also just don't go outside. Number 3, how books speak to each other is every bit as complex as how they speak to readers. What's the most popular dust jacket color in your collection? I have no clue. I don't know how to answer that. I don't do rainbow shelves. I think if I did rainbow shelves, I could answer that more easily. But just like skimming the collection, I'm gonna guess it's somewhere in like the dark blue, black, gray, like that darker tone area, like not a color, just like a darker hue area. I do know that since I alphabetized alphabetized almost all of my collection, so the fiction books are behind me, and I think it's like a battle to decide whether the S's, the M's, or like the B's have the most authors in them. There's certain letters when you alphabetize your books, you realize have like too many people in them. Like the S section just kind of I feel like goes on forever. That's neither here nor there. Number 4. The book to author to reader connection is often refreshingly complicated. Do you have any books that are so long you're like literally dead? But wait, what? Do you have any books that are so long you're like literally dead? What? What does this mean, Steve? I copied this out of your caption. What? Do I have some books that are really long? Yeah, I've got some books that are really, really long. I have like A Thousand and One Nights, Arabian Nights. I have that somewhere, and that's in 2 volumes. I know that's quite long. Les Mis is quite long. The Eighth Life is really long, and I've actually read it. War and Peace and Anna Karenina are here as well. This guy is still down here, and he is quite long. Yeah, there are some beasts on this shelf, and I've read a few of them. I haven't read others. I don't have a fear of big books. I know some people have this like big book just aversion. I don't have a fear of them. It's just oftentimes I want to read other things, so therefore I don't pick up the big book because I know all I'm going to do is read the big book. But I do have a lot of rather large books here, and I do get to them eventually. 5. In strange and silent ways, books can help us to understand ourselves better. Do you have any books written by celebrities? Also, do you have any books that aren't by celebrities? I have many books that aren't by celebrities, Steve. Books written by celebrities, like celebrity memoirs, owning them. I don't think I own any celebrity memoirs. Oh, that's not true. I have a Jane Goodall memoir that I have not read yet, and I think that's it. Have I read some celebrity memoirs? Yes, but I can't honestly think of any off the top of my head. I feel like I've read Spare because I've, first of all, gotten the play by play from way too many booktubers, and Katie Books basically like gave us a play by play while he was reading it in the Discord. So I just feel like I've already read Spare. So that might be the only memoir that I can recall reading of like an actual celebrity that you know. I think that's it. 6. The bookish identity can often serve as an odd badge of honor. If you've ever actually looked inside a book, have you ever found anything in one that was like literally gross? So Steve's answer to this boggles my mind because where are you buying these books that they have these things in them? There are like general things that I feel like we all find, like the weird stain and odd smear that you're like, I don't want to think too hard about what that is. But there is something that was interesting that I found in a book, and let me go grab the book. 'Cause I should have prepared. This is the weirdest thing I've ever found in a book. I find like notes and all kinds of stuff all the time, random bookmarks, photos. I found, like cashed checks and things like that. But this book, Into Thin Air, I was hunting for this for a while, and we got it at Salvation Army. Naomi and I were going book thrifting. I feel like we did an interview, and someone was like, "You have to read this book," and I kind of had passed over it many times. But anyway, so in this book, when I got it home from our visit, there was this note that said confidential inside of it. And I am so worried for this human being that left this note in this book, and then it got passed on to the Salvation Army. So this is written in on August 8th of 2016. It says, "True story, another lesson to be learned." Page 1. 14 months ago today, July 31st, 2016, I guess that's when they started writing this, I met James Lewis on Facebook, May 31st, 2015. We talked and I felt something special that day. He made me feel special and well liked and like I never had felt before. But I did not realize then his hidden agenda, why he made me fall in love so deeply. Boy, did I fall so deeply. In love with him, I did. He is so loving, gentle, patient. He says the sweetest words, my love, my world, my one and only, my queen. I love you with all of my heart, body, and soul. Little that I know that he will take me to the bank and take my money away from me. Within 2 weeks, the demand for money started. So this is the story of an unknown person, and they're being swindled by a man named James. And I don't know who this person is. And I feel very bad for them. And it goes on for a while. There's many pages. There's 5 pages in total here. I don't even know if we get the complete story. It just sort of cuts off at the end. I don't know when the dogs are barking, but this is the most uncomfortable thing I've ever found in a book because I don't know what happened to this person and I feel very bad for them and I don't know who James is and I feel like James should be arrested. And that's what I found in a book. That's what I got. Number 7, both paper and electronic books can be surprisingly fragile in different ways. How many of your books would you personally destroy for 1 million subscribers? Absolutely none. Also, how many of your pets' relatives would you personally destroy for 10 million subscribers? Absolutely none. No. I did realize today that it would be nice if I had 10,000 subscribers for this reason and this reason only. At 10,000 subscribers, you can run fundraisers. And I was really excited because the channel has finally gotten monetized, and I don't know if people who are watching have figured that out. I have removed monetization from my 2 most contested videos because I just don't feel like it's right to make any money off of those. But I even though they've done fairly well, I could make money off of them. I mean, like, I could make a couple pennies, but I have removed monetization from them. I was hoping that once I had the ability to monetize that I could do a fundraiser for the Trevor Project, because if you're here in the States and you've seen what has been going on with trans kids and the removal of access to gender affirming care for trans children in this country, in several states, is disturbing, alarming, and very upsetting. And I was hoping that we could do a fundraiser to try to raise some money to help various organizations. And the first organization that came to mind was the Trevor Project, because I know they do so much work with queer people, but queer kids, and in particular mental health. If for some reason the YouTube gods ever allowed this little channel to get large enough to do a fundraiser, I would love to raise some funds for the Trevor Project, because what is happening here in the States and also abroad with queer kids in particular is just so upsetting. It's it's so upsetting. I grew up in a time where we didn't have as much access to things as kids do now, and to see the things that they have gotten start to be pulled away is just so upsetting. I remember the persecution that certain friends of mine got growing up, and how helpless I felt at times to even help them, because even though I might want to do it, you have parents that might not agree with things too. So there's this there's just it's so many layers, and I I just wish I could do more to help. But yeah, that is not really what Steve is asking in this last question. But no, there's nothing I would do for a million subscribers. There's nothing I would do for the 10. But if I had 10, that's what I would do. The eighth question is to tag your frenemies. I'm gonna tag Katie Books. I'm gonna tag Emily Reed's books, and I'm gonna tag Kieran the Reader, and anybody else who wants to do it. I'm gonna tag you too. This is just for banter. Like, this is just fun, but to make it sort of serious here at the end, especially if you're here in the States, especially if you're in a country where trans kids and queer kids are losing the small amount of care and acceptance that we've been able to claw away for them over the years. Do something. Do something. Whatever you can do. I don't know. Buy a book from a queer author. Make a post up in support. Go out and vote. Go to a protest. Put your money behind something. However you can do stuff, do it, because you having people's rights taken away is just, I cannot believe that we're in 2023 and people are having rights taken away. It's just so it's so wrong and so upsetting to see people like fight for their own humanhood. Like, you're human, you deserve rights and a place in this world. And yeah, I'm getting upset now. Okay, I'm gonna stop this now. Anyway, if you enjoyed, like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video, whatever it may be, because it's my channel and I can do whatever I want. Bye.
So just sit with me, talking to the night until the morning, building chemistry.